afternoon, Fidel. I don't think it's any of the usual starters on the floor right now. We can see number 10, Makwe, 4, Mengistu Njogkor, number 3, ball back, assisted by Akoy Agao. And last but not least, number 5, Dominic Phillip, is not the usual starting 5 that we're used to seeing. I think Coach Ajao wants to take it easy on his star players.
And ball with a three-pointer, too strong. Silal Leshani spoke about this at the start of the tournament on Tuesday. He said teams have to be wary of burning their players out, and South Sudan really knowing how to use all their personnel in this tournament thus far. They look fresh, they look hungry. Nice reverse layup there by number 13's Mbegu Haji Rashid. Reverse layup off the glass.
Mbegu has been running havoc in the post in almost all of Tanzania's games. I'd like to see how he responds to a taller and stronger team in South Sudan today.
This Tanzanian side unafraid of all their opponents. Despite their loss to Kenya, they really came through, especially in the second half. Seen a three-pointer there going astray. Tanzania lead this one, early days, 2-0. South Sudan moving the ball well, going to the corner there, number 5. Dominic Phillip also starting in this game, normally comes from the bench. Ball back, handling the point guard duties, nice feed, down low.
Too easy, too easy.
And that young man, who dubbed him Young Shaq, Makwe Pondak, had a terrific game yesterday.
I think Tanzania gave that to South Sudan. Was too easy of a play. They need to make sure that the South Sudan bigs do not get comfortable in the post. Give him a bit of contract. We see a nice block from Akoy Agao on Barak Mopele, and now Lugora loses the ball. What do you think would be the best strategy for Tanzania to contain a South Sudan, Fidel?
Spoke to their coach earlier. He was wary of the size differential. Says he's going to try and clog up the paint, and I agree with him. But at the same time, he's also wary of the fact that South Sudan can really shoot the ball from beyond the arc. So he's going to try his best with the personnel he has to cover both areas. And he said, to quote his words, I'm paraphrasing, he just said, you can't stop all the baskets. You've got to try and stop what you can. So most likely than not, he's going to try and clog up the paint. This team is huge. We've seen them penetrating and scoring 100 points in all their games. So defense is the key for this Tanzanian side, and they can't afford those fouls. Already 2 fouls on number 13, Mbegu Haji Rashid. Just have 1 sub on the bench.
And I don't think that sub is a post player, so Mbegu's definitely going to have to be very careful. And I think South Sudan are aware of that. Put Tanzania in foul trouble, and really they'll be dead in the water. Very limited in their defense, as we see first free throw from Akoy Agao, who scored the first 8 points from yesterday's game against Burundi from the free throw line.
Ending up with 10 points. A plus-minus of 16. Very good performance. And another turnover by Tanzania, and they're off to the races. Number 4, they are trying to bring the house down. Mengistu Njogkor. Nice steal there. Just went up high, and credit to number 14 there, Ladislas Lusato, trying to challenge that shot, but they need to. And a foul called on Akoy Agao, his first for the day. You can hear instructions from the bench. They know all the free throws will count in this game. Nothing's going to come easy for them. And he heeds the coach's call, sinking the first one.
Day 4 of the tournament, Fidel. I know for a fact that people's bodies are hurting, but that's not going to stop Makwe from getting up there. And I think this is now when mental strength comes in, and you have to really engage your mental strength, rise above how you're feeling, and just do what you need to do.
You see, straight up, Eric Lugora taking a three-pointer, going astray. It wasn't going to count, and a three-pointer there from South Sudan, number 13, Akoy Agao, his first for the day. And this South Sudanese team have really been shooting the ball well from beyond the arc, shooting 43% in yesterday's win against Burundi. Nice drive to the basket off the glass, and it's good. Number 4, man, these two. Most fans will say South Sudan are expected to win this one, but nothing comes easy, and it's good to see that the team, the lack of concentration there on the defensive end, almost allowing Mbegu Haji Rashid a free look at the basket. A quick timeout has been called. 6:11 to go before the end of the first quarter, and at the moment South Sudan lead this one 11 points to 3. Let's take it downstairs and have a listen to what both coaches have to say to their teams.
Geuka pale vile. Ikiwezekana usiangalie mtu wako. Stop the ball kwanza, stop the ball. Stop the ball. Kama upo karibu na mtu ana drive, cheza naye kwanza ile stop the ball. Then hao wengine waende nyuma. Sasa hivi tunakimbia, kupoteza mpira kwa tunakimbia simple yani as if kwamba yani hamna tatizo kwamba watakosa. No way. Tukimbie tuje tutengaze defense yetu kwanza. Umeelewana eh? Sawa? Wewe Mbegu umeelewa? Moja la pili, Corneli, yule mtu wako vipi? Napenda sana. Switch sasa. Cheza kwanza yule mtu wako.
And we're back to the game, day 4. Beautiful afternoon in the hot city of Nairobi. It's very warm today.
Humid.
I think rain is about to be upon us. We resume the game, and straight up.
It was the right idea. It was the right idea, Fidel. Agao does a great job cutting to the hoop away from the ball.
Yeah.
He just didn't have his head up, couldn't receive it.
And so far, if you're going to give awards to the 6th man in terms of fan base, we have to give the South Sudanese a nomination. Somalia as well. But of course, the host country, Kenya. Fans have shown up in droves, driving all the way to the basket there. In the second attempt at a dunk there by the South Sudanese team. They missed that one, but that shows you how athletic this team is. And they're off to the races. And another steal. What is more impressive is that their big men can run the floor, and Akoy tried to do that, going coast to coast, frustrated by himself. Let's take another look at that dunk attempt by number 3 there. Ball back. Corner 3, too strong. And Tanzania off to the break. Nice bounce pass there off the glass. Finally, after remaining scoreless for a minute, Ali Mohammed stops the bleeding.
I think Tanzania are doing a good job on the rebounding end of things despite being the shorter team. I would like to see more of a box out, and that was way too easy for Lugora to get to the hoop. South Sudan cannot allow that center drive and to give Lugora the hopes that he can get to the hoop that easily. And it's a bit of a slow start for both sides, if you ask me. You can see South Sudan kind of taking it easy. Again, it is day 4, Fidel. People's bodies are hurting.
People's bodies are hurting, and substitutions happening to alleviate that. Number 6, Athea Luau, checking in for Dominic Philippe. 3-pointer there by Tanzania. Number 3 there, Ali Mohammed. No luck for them, and impressive rebounding effort by the East African side. South Sudan patiently working their offense. Nice drive to the basket. No luck there for young Shark, as we like to call him here. And a steal. Ball back. Stepping up, in and out. No luck for him as well. Nothing wrong with that jumper.
He had his teammates who had recovered on offense and were there to scoop up the rebound. I don't have a problem with that shot unless you have your teammates to get the rebound. Or unless you're Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Or James Harden.
Or Klay Thompson. Or Luol Deng.
Or Luol Deng, who is in the stands. I'm sure he's very happy with how his boys have been playing in this tournament so far. Again, new role for him, president of South Sudan's Basketball Federation. He was voted in November of last year. And getting to work early, putting a notch on his belt by making sure South Sudan has presence in this pre-qualifying tournament.
And, you know, most of the time the players get the plaudits in terms of their performance. And South Sudan, we can't take it away from their players and how their team has performed. But sometimes behind the scenes, happenings really help a team. Better organization. You can see the federation is here in numbers. They're present. All the federations here have tried their best to make sure that the teams participate in this tournament. And it's something that the continent of Africa maybe has struggled a bit with. Slowly by slowly getting our act together. Ball goes out there for Bokbal, trying to kick it out. A three-pointer, no good. Big rebound by the point guard and a foul and a basket there just underneath the basket. Mengistu. Let's take another look at that rebound. A nice dish to the waiting arms of Mengistu, who reciprocates by just banking the shot home. He goes to the line for a chance for a three-point play.
It's an 8-point lead for South Sudan. 3.5 left to go here in the first quarter. It's been a smooth game so far for South Sudan, who are known for really cranking up the heat in the first quarter. I mean, usually they kick off with a solid three-pointer and then it's off to the races for them, but you can see them kind of easing their way into this particular matchup.
Yeah. Name is Fidel Mighty. Alongside me is Silale Shani. Sorry, an African of us not to introduce ourselves earlier on. But now you know. South Sudan leading this one 14 points to 6. They inbound the ball. Patient build-up by them. Really have to be impressed by the way they have handled themselves despite their low numbers in terms of the team roster. And they're off on a fast break there. No coast to coast. Too close to the rim at that particular juncture. Lusato almost getting that ball stolen from him. And in comes the superstars, I guess you can call them that. Double K. Kwani checking in, and also Matiang Moore. Matiang especially has been deadly from the three-point range. Shot 57% from 3 yesterday. He was 4 for 7, scored in 16 points. The big rebound there by him. Patient build-up. High pick and roll, and a three-point dagger there by Ball back.
I love his confidence.
Yeah.
He asked for the screen. He knew exactly what he was going to do coming off of that screen. Buries the three. And he's a great backup point guard for Tenny Puat, who had an outstanding 33-point game yesterday. Big rebound for number 13, Begu. He's off to the races, decides to take it all the way. Not successful. South Sudan with the response on the other end. Emmanuel Malu bring this gym to life. Feed into Lusato.
Lusato, nice jump hook there, but no luck for him. But the athleticism of Emmanuel Malu there. And at some point you have to talk about it. Missed dunks opportunities. Nice reverse layup there. Speaking of missed opportunities, Emmanuel Malu makes up for his missed dunk there. Nice reverse off the glass. It's now a 15-point lead. Nice drive. And you notice Tanzania having problems penetrating this South Sudan team. And we're going to have a three-pointer. Atiye Lual. Doesn't matter who shoots the ball. Somehow, some way, it manages to drop down the basket. And nice anticipation by him. They say kick ball. Tanzania escape. Substitutions. Lusato has a seat. Ali Muhammad back into the game.
Now I have to ask Fidel, if South Sudan is clogging the lane for Tanzania, should they go for the three-point shot? I mean, they shot 37% yesterday against Eritrea. Is that the option that they should go for, or should they keep on taking the ball in and then maybe kicking it out or just finishing?
Just try to play inside out, and sometimes like a shot like that one is a great shot. It's an open look. You have to take it. It depends on what kind of shot it is. But I'm a firm believer of not taking forced shots. And that's what happens sometimes. And another steal by South Sudan. And they're really running away with this one at the moment. And you can see fatigue starting to creep in already on this Tanzanian side. Ali Mohammed putting moves. And that's the end of the first quarter. The shot came a little bit too late. They say no basket by Ali Mohammed. Nice move by him. And at the end of one, we have South Sudan 27, Tanzania 8. Let's have a sip of water while the teams have a short break. And we'll be right back after this. Look at some of the highlights. Ball back, taking the high pick and roll. Doesn't pass the ball, shoots the ball really well, and in comes the substitute. Cool as you like, Atiye Lual making a three of his own. And if you notice, it's a balanced selection for South Sudan. The normal starters are not dominating the lineup.
Nice feed into the post to Mathiang. Great defense from Tanzania. He has to kick it back out. Look at the putback from Emmanuel Malu.
Oh,
if you don't know his name by now, I don't know which basketball tournament you've been watching this week. Malu always dominating the highlight reels, especially now in the absence of number 7, Yang Wek, who used to play football, Fidel?
Used to play American football in the States, in college. He used to play tennis as well. Can you imagine that? I'll be honest, he doesn't really look like a tennis player. He says he was big. He had the football player's body, but he had to get lean for basketball. And a three-pointer there from the lean, mean attacking machine, Athier Luau.
Athier, no stranger to this court and this league. He's played in Kenya for some time, I think, for some of the top teams in the Kenyan league, like KPA, Kenya Ports Authority. It's good to see him getting involved here with South Sudan's national team. He's not had too many minutes in this tournament so far. As Quainey takes a look at the rim, decides to kick it back out to ball back. And ball back, never disappointing. Buries the three-pointer.
This team.
What do you do, Fidel? What do you do?
Look up to the heavens in prayer, I guess. Nice drive and dish. And a foul under basket. Begu Haji Rashid showing his strength and total concentration there to just push that ball off the glass. Getting a foul from Athier Luau.
And you know, while it was Mbegu who made that shot, I have to say I'm really impressed with Lugora, Eric, who fed him the ball. He has not been fazed by the size or weight of the South Sudanese team. He's really been doing a good job of slashing to the rim, drawing that defense, and then kicking it out to the open man.
That's a credit to their coach as well, who said they're not going to be afraid of the moment. And Mbegu, for the second time in this game, has lost the ball and inexplicably, and a nice alley-oop pass. Can't finish. But Kwani is there to clean up the mess. Oh my goodness. He reached up high to come down hard, but unfortunate for him, the rim had other ideas. Pull-up jumper, no good. Solid South Sudanese defense, and they're off to the races. Emmanuel Malu has to slow it down. Kwani, one of those unselfish players, makes everyone around him great.
But he's also very good at reading when he needs to be more aggressive and take it in all the way. It's good balance of feeding the ball and being a little bit selfish at times, which is allowed and sometimes is necessary for star guards in a team. Baraka Mopele almost losing the ball. That's nice hands from Quainey, who also is a very strong defensive player. Very strong defensive player. And just to, we almost forgot to give you an update on that Nyang Wek injury. He suffered a hairline fracture on his left wrist. That's why he's not playing, and you can see him on the bench wearing the red jersey for the team, but in street clothes, if you will. So a hairline fracture on his left wrist. He also had a back injury. So he said when he was trying to get up, he felt something funny. His hand didn't feel quite right. Yeah, so. And it almost seemed like the back injury was more painful than the wrist injury.
Yeah.
Nice deep three from number 9, Mathiang, who one of the many Australia-based players on the South Sudanese side. This is the first big step for South Sudan to establish their authority on the continent as a basketball powerhouse. And speaking of powerhouse plays, what a three from Ali Mohammed. Nothing but net.
Oh my goodness. Off the dribble, cool as you like. A loose pass there by the South Sudanese team. They recover well. All alone for a three-pointer. No good. Need to have legs on that jumper. Another three by Tanzania. That's Eric